Chris!
Heath, a thought occurred to me this morning that compared to just a few months back, our positions have flip-flopped. Let me explain. I remember when you were out of commission for a while due to the back exercises of the SCAP series your brother took you through.
Yeah.
I'm in some major back pain right now. It was a struggle to get upright out of bed this morning, and that was a new experience for me. Yeah, my whole left side of my back, it's in shambles right now.
What do you have to blame?
I think it was a very dirty rep of a squat to finish out a set. I definitely used my back to get that bar back all the way up.
Yeah.
And then I re-aggravated it yesterday with pull-ups and rows. So I'm doing myself no favors here. But that's not the only way we flip-flopped. A few months back, I was the one searching for a house, and now you are.
Yeah.
My house hunt came to an end, but yours is just beginning, and so far it seems pretty promising.
I'm still in the DMs. He answered me today.
You've got to share the story.
Oh, okay, sure. So Bailey accepted her grad school full ride at U of R. So we're going to be in New York State for another 3 years, guaranteed.
This is music to my ears. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, they're paying for it as long as she's still working at the hospital.
We have so many game nights ahead of us.
Yeah. So I took us on a showing of a townhouse, and lo and behold, I peer into one of the closets and recognize the name of our 9th grade bio teacher.
Yes, from high school.
Who I then DM'd, begging him to sell me his house then and there.
Right.
And he's like, we'll see what my realtor has to say. And I'm like, shoot. So.
But he did confirm you were an excellent student.
Yeah. Yeah. It goes to show. So kids listening, bring them that apple.
Pay attention in class.
Yeah.
And then you'll reap the rewards of that sweet student discount 12 years later.
Yeah. Yeah, it is 12.
Yes.
It's huge. Fingers crossed that I can land this deal and become a first-time homeowner.
The pictures were lovely. That's a very nice house.
It is nice.
Yeah.
Big old stairs.
Open floor plan.
Yeah. Tons of space for me to put a squat rack.
Yeah.
In dead center in the living room. Bailey won't mind about that.
Don't use your back, though.
No.
Well, what show is this, Heath?
This is Mobius Tubes.
Episode
73.
Yeah, I lost track for a second.
I know because I erroneously labeled last episode's project in Adobe, thinking that we were much further ahead. The goal was to end this year with episode 100.
And we're right on track.
No.
Yeah, we're not going to hit that benchmark. And we're recording this on
Mother's Day,
May 8th of 2022. We got flowers together last night.
Yeah. So, full disclosure, Chris and I are best buds. So, upon his recommendation, I sprinted to the same grocery store to eke out night before flowers, and it was successful. You saw them on your way in.
Yes, I did.
I'm the favorite son.
There's no flowers from Seth?
I mean, he's in California
right
now.
I guess that's a legitimate excuse.
Yeah.
Very good. Any other house cleaning we need to address before we dive on in?
No, we can dive.
All right. Why don't you hit the ground running, Heath? What have you been playing?
What have I been playing? More 13 Sentinels.
Okay.
The critically acclaimed visual novel anime auto-scroller. It's not an auto-scroller.
I'm sure there's a setting that makes it scroll that text automatically.
Oh, I'm using that.
Oh, okay.
Did you click trigger?
I like that haptic feedback of pressing the button
after every dialogue.
Whew,
that takes I remember playing Arkham Asylum and mashing through dialogue.
Hey, if it brings on early onset arthritis, it was worth it to avoid missing any dialogue. Oh. Heaven forbid I glanced the wrong way. Right?
You can replay missions. Okay. All right. I'm sorry. I
break the flow of the conversation. I think not.
I let Juro take the wheel and autoplay my dialogue, but I haven't even been able to play as Juro because I got to progress all the other students.
Gotcha.
I beat Area 1 of the mech turn-based strategy
component.
Into the breach, yeah.
Yes.
So now that opens up some things.
Now, what's your method to pace? Do you do all the strategy battles? You just binge them in a row, or do you dole them out every once in a while?
I did as same as you. Just I wanna get these out of the way so I can get back to the story, and then I can't even start area 2 of the strategy section until I cross overall 30% of the story. I'm at 28.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you have a ways to go.
So I got you know what? Ninjata. What's the
Nenji-Ogata?
What's JoJo Hairs?
Yeah, that's Nenji-Ogata.
Yeah, Nenji's got to get on that train one more time, and then I'll be able to go to area 2. This is just a check-in. This is just a pit stop. We can't talk about the juicy bits until I finish it. I would have more to say had I not left my Switch in Bailey's care for the drive down to New York City for this wedding in Long Island. On Long Island.
Well, that was a kind fiance move of you to make.
Especially since when I got it back, the right Joy-Con's analog stick rubberized surface has since been tampered.
It shows some wear and tear.
It's peeling on the
oh my
top
gosh.
left circumference.
The price you pay.
I truly must love this woman.
Yeah.
So. Although that's what I get for endorsing the pillowcase technique. I don't have a Switch case, so I couldn't. So I trusted her with the pillowcase, and
I lug my recording equipment here in a pillowcase.
And it's working so far.
Yeah. Just a quick temperature reading. What's your interest level in 13 Sentinels now compared to the last time we recorded?
I mean, all I need to do is uncover the next little morsel of sci-fi shark jumping, and I'll be right back into it.
Okay.
Granted, yeah, some of the character and portrait conversations where I want to say like Taki Mishima. is that a name? God, I should write these down. Who is 1945 soldiers who's best buds with the male who presents as a female? Oikuno?
Yeah, Okino is his buddy.
Okay, yeah.
You're talking about
Takatoshi? Takashito?
I know exactly who you're talking about.
Yeah.
He likes yakisoba pan.
Yeah. He loves yakisoba pan. His gruff, picture-in-picture chats while we admire we battle plan how we're gonna take down the production facility, roaming production facility units.
Mm-hmm.
I mean it's 13 Sentinels. What is it? It's still at 91 on Metacritic, right?
Yeah, low 90s,
yeah,
I would guess.
Yeah. So that's all it is that's keeping it from being a 100 is kind of the cringe, oh, why am I naked in this mecha cockpit?
Yeah.
But no, I just need as soon as I turn the page, my jaw's gonna drop. So the temperature's still, it's not boiling, but it's take your finger out because it's hot.
Okay. Very good.
That's 13 Sentinels.
Yeah, that's 13 Sentinels. We will definitely circle back when you have the whole context.
I was gonna, given my schedule, I was gonna play more Inscription and I didn't.
You're a busy
more
guy.
Mass Effect and I didn't. Bailey and I watched the rest. We finished. Can I? Where do you want my TV watching?
I'll knock out all the games I've been playing, and then we'll go right to TV.
Deal.
Because I don't actually have that long of an update either. This might not even warrant a timestamp, but yesterday I hopped back into Halo Infinite just because Season 2 has launched. There's a new battle pass. There's new cosmetics.
Uh-huh.
They added a few new maps, a few new modes.
How many of them are remixed classics?
I believe there are no remix classics.
Oh.
They're just going with brand new material.
Oh.
The first season of Halo Infinite lasted an abnormally long time for most compared to most live
One
service
might even
games.
say it felt infinite.
It did feel a bit infinite. So for this update to be, it's not nothing, but it's not blowing people's socks off.
Yeah.
People kind of are a little underwhelmed. My dissenting opinion is that I kind of like how infrequent the updates are. It makes Halo Infinite feel like the live service game for people who don't like live service games, of which I am one. I just feel like I'm not falling behind. I'm not lagging behind the 8-ball. I'm totally up to speed. The updates are so infrequent. They're so manageable to get your head around. It's just a couple more maps. I feel like I can easily, comfortably juggle all these other single-player games I'm playing and then hop back into Halo Infinite without feeling like I am way behind. So that's my tepid praise for Halo Infinite. The updates are slow enough that I am keeping up with them.
Way behind, like, skill gap-wise?
Yeah, the evolving meta. I mean, Destiny evolves so quickly with, like, they introduce new currencies and the entire loop you go through to get new gear changes, and like I've heard Destiny can be unrecognizable if you take a few months off. Where Halo Infinite, it's almost the same. So
okay.
I kind of like. But that's I will play more Halo Infinite and speak to the new modes in greater detail on a future episode.
Right, because Fortnite, like, vehicles came and went. Big purple cubes came and went.
Oh yeah, the landscape changes where.
And that's a turnoff for you.
Yeah, it feels like if the change is coming that quickly, it kind of requires you to pay more attention to it to know what's up.
Yeah.
But not the case with Halo Infinite. It is a game for boomers like me, I guess. Moving on. The more substantial update I have is more Yakuza, because that's what I'm playing these days. Just proceeding along with Yakuza Kiwami 2. I am still absolutely loving it.
Did you get the hostess minigame high score yet?
You know what's crazy? There's 2 different city districts in Kiwami 2. The hostess club is in Sotenbori, and I haven't been back there in ages. So my hostess adventure has been on a standstill lately. Haven't made any progress because I've been just hanging out in Kamurocho instead, which has the Goro Majima construction company minigame.
He was under a cone.
And he was under a traffic cone in the first game, but at this point in the story, he's cut ties with the Yakuza. He's just the CEO of this construction company. He's trying to erect Kamurocho Hills, but the rival gangs are trying to get in on this lucrative business deal he has, trying to like bully the rights out of him, extorting him. So you do this real-time strategy, manage your lineup of construction crew workers you've recruited.
So wait, you have like jackhammer units and welder units.
Yeah, they have different classes. You've got offense, defense, all-rounders, and then range support characters.
Range support.
They just have a gun that they fire. It's almost like a gotcha minigame where characters have like they're assigned tiered letter rankings. So of course you get Goro Majima. He's S rank. But then you have to recruit more members. You either need to run advertising campaigns, which you invest money into, or you just pick up people from the side quests in the main game. Some people will join your cause for your construction company. It is ridiculous. And it's just this entirely...
Wait, you rescue this woman from a human trafficking thing, and then it says such and such is available for the construction
more or less
roster.
Exactly.
What?
That's how it plays out. It's great. Yeah, the more I play Yakuza, the more I feel like the developer, they just put so much heart into the game. Like, nothing feels half-assed. Everything seems way more verbose than it has any right to be.
Have you seen Like a Dragon yet?
Very little.
Okay.
I mean, I know I'm going to love it.
Yeah, you're going to love it.
But I've got like 6 games in between here and Like a Dragon. I realize I'm going to be playing Yakuza for like hundreds of hours if I want to see it all.
Yeah.
And the last thing I'll speak to in this little update is I haven't played that much more.
And this is all subs.
This is all Japanese voice acting. I'm just reading text.
Oof, that's a deal breaker.
Even in like side quests, they just skip the voice acting entirely. You only hear like Undertale noises when people speak. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But I want to talk about Kiryu himself.
Yeah.
Kiryu Kazuma, the main protagonist you spend the lion's share of the time playing as. He's really grown on me. My introduction to Yakuza was the prequel, Yakuza 0, where you spend half the game with Kiryu, half the game with Majima. And I have to admit, back then, I was always...
Majima back then was a different Majima.
He was very different. He was the highlight. I always was a little reluctant when I had to return to playing as Kiryu because he just wasn't as exciting. Majima often steals the show when he's on screen. But I've really warmed up to Kiryu. His charm and his appeal is much more understated. He's a lot more subtle, but I've grown to love him. His appeal is two-pronged. He's the gentle giant. So part of his appeal is he is a total power fantasy. The streets of Kamurocho
crawling with gangs
are just crawling with smug bastards that you're desperate to see get their just desserts. And Kiryu often gives them exactly what they deserve with his fists.
Have you seen the mission where there's a Kiryu imposter going around
Yes.
Extorting people?
Yes.
Was that this game or the one before?
It might have been the one before, but there's an imposter Kiryu and his buddy Shinji.
Yeah.
And they're going around extorting people using Kiryu's reputation. And of course, they bump into Kiryu and try to extort him, not realizing he's dressed exactly as they are.
Yeah.
And then he just beats the shit out of them.
Yeah.
He's superhumanly strong. It's just so amusing.
He's the biggest badass ever. Yeah.
Like, the odds are ridiculous that he gets out of. He just shrugs off gunshot wounds.
Doesn't his back tattoo glow when you've reached full power?
I mean, he gets lit on fire, but I don't know if his tattoo glows. He's usually not shirtless. That's only during a boss battle.
Oh, okay.
That he gets shirtless
against a Don.
Yeah. So he's an awesome power fantasy, but also he's got a lot of genuine wholesomeness to him, and that all of this
he'll hold 2 ice cream cones and try not to spill them, or try to collect the toilet paper for the nice guy, right?
Yeah, I mean, I've gone over at length about how ridiculous all the side material in Yakuza is, and Kiryu he accepts it with such a straight face. Any situation he gets put in, it just makes it that much more ridiculous because he's the perfect straight man to the most batshit insane stuff that's going on all around him.
Right.
That he almost accepts with a level of sincerity that almost borders on being naive. He's just yeah, I'm in this now, and this is completely normal. How can I help? So he's got this subtle comedy to him as well.
Is that what incredulity is?
Incredulous?
Yeah.
That's like disbelief, right?
Oh, okay.
If you're incredulous, you can't believe what's happening.
Never mind then. Have you seen this tweet going around about the running animations in Yakuza?
I don't think so.
It's almost funnier without the audio.
This guy's doing a great job animating a Yakuza character.
Yeah. Just the way that the invisible barriers around the storefronts when you're at full sprint and then you enter a dialogue.
No, I haven't seen these guys.
And then you exit a dialogue. I mean, no one in particular. It's just...
oh, yeah.
Uncanny.
It's uncanny.
Yeah.
But that just reminded me as we wind down the Yakuza segment. Shout out once again to the animation team during the Heat actions. I can't believe how many specific, unique Heat action takedown moves there are. There are dozens and dozens of them. And they all trigger in very... Even the most niche circumstances will lead to a new Heat action playing out whenever you build up enough meters.
If someone's near a stop sign?
Yeah, it'll be based on where the enemy's standing, what's nearby. Depending if you have a teammate with you, you'll do their tag team Heat actions you do together that are wildly over the top. The animation work should be lauded. They went above and beyond.
Well, that's why Sega just keeps cranking these out, right?
I can't believe there are so many Yakuza games.
Yeah.
These are pretty dense games. I feel like I'd be running out of ideas by Yakuza 2. I can't believe there's 5 more of these games.
It's its own little cottage industry.
Yeah, it really is. So
It's all those Kiryu Funko Pops they're selling.
I'm still smitten with Yakuza. I don't expect that to change anytime soon. That's all I have to say.
There's karaoke in this game, right?
Assuredly, yeah.
Okay.
There was definitely in the last game.
Yeah.
All right.
Is this the one where Majima is like, I love you?
I feel like that might be 0.
Man,
All the good stuff's in 0.
I know. I know too much 0.
Yeah. All right. Very good. Heath, hit me with those TV shows you've been watching.
Well, it's not like I'm a big TV watcher. I don't.
But it's what you've had time for lately.
I don't just like veg in front of The Office like some of these mouth breathers. But
all right.
it's not to dunk on The Office. It's a great show. But what'll often be the case is like after I cook, Bailey and I will flick something on. And that was especially the case during HBO's run of The Girl from Plainville, which is the limited series based on that girl who, in 2014, goaded her boyfriend to commit suicide over text.
Okay.
And then the state of Massachusetts was like, is that a crime? Because
this does ring a bell.
Yeah. And then the Massachusetts was like, yeah, it sure was. And so she just got out of prison.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, so this show aired, and the season finale, even though it's just one season because it's like a one and done, was a week ago, less than a week ago.
Okay.
So that's why we watched it, and woo, yeah, they really, I mean, hats off. They make the lead actress, this Elle Fanning girl, look a lot like Michelle Carter. Same exact eyebrows, and wow, oh yeah. So I mean, it's a little like. It's a courtroom drama. It's a family life type drama. Many flashbacks to their short-lived romance and the suicidal boy's family life and how like, ooh, that was a red flag. So, but the highlight, or maybe one of the highlights, are the fantasy sequences.
Okay.
That play out in Michelle's mind.
Are these like daydreams?
Yeah. And it's just like the show taking artistic liberties to explore how this straight up evil 18-year-old girl who wanted to be the most popular, attention-seeking, fabricated that this boy went missing when she was in full contact with him and being like, why don't you overdose on sleeping pills? Why don't you drown? Like, it just like awful suggestions.
Yeah.
And so what the show will do is they'll have I'll just spoil the penultimate episode. They'll have Michelle attend her younger sister's a cappella performance because they're in high school, right?
Yeah.
And then the younger sister would be like, this next song is dedicated to Michelle. Please come up. And everyone's like, and it's totally, it's public knowledge that she is on trial for the death of this boy, her boyfriend.
Yeah.
So the main girl goes up on stage, sits in a chair, and then the young sister and her a cappella group sing this song called Teenage Dirtbag, if you know it, by like...
Yeah.
Because I'm just a teenage dirtbag, baby. And it's like, it's fun because like a through line throughout the show is Glee, because these kids watched Glee. You were a kid once.
Yeah.
And so it's the first verse is like, oh, this is a cute way for Michelle's sister to sing a song that they bonded over during Glee, but it quickly becomes like, oh, the titular teenage dirtbag is Michelle.
Yeah.
Because she killed this boy. And like the camera all agrees and is like spinning around Michelle as these a cappella students are like getting in Michelle's face because she deserves no rest.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so I was like, hats off to this show. It's like cosmic justice. I mean, she did just go to jail.
Yeah.
And even like, just great moments where Michelle goes to the hair salon to get a haircut before it gets locked up because your hair will grow while you're in the can, in the slammer.
Right.
And the salon lady is very polite and welcoming before her eyes move toward a magazine cover that with Michelle's face on it saying like today's the day as far as like sentencing goes. And like the 180 that the salon cashier lady has when she realizes, this girl is a murderer,
Right,
is perfect.
Okay.
Like it's totally good. This show again is called The Girl from Plainview. It's like 8 episodes. You should watch it with your SO or anybody that's ever been depressed ever. Every episode leads with like a, hey, if you're experiencing suicidal tendencies, call this hotline. Like it's real thought out.
Okay.
And like, ooh, she's awful. She's a very bad girl. So that's The Girl from Plainville. We also started watching Euphoria. You've heard of Euphoria.
I've heard of Euphoria.
You've even watched it.
I have not, but it's
your
in a
favorite
school.
show.
It's in a school, right?
Oh yeah, these are all teenage girl drama with a capital drama.
Okay.
So okay. Don't watch Euphoria with your parents, or it is smutty.
Okay.
It is NC-17. There's so many penises and so many vagines.
Of high schoolers?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, yeah. They totally talk about like this is technically statutory rape but it's like no, she consented. It's like who's gonna believe you? Like that kind of storyline. So, oh man, there is after episode 1, I turned to Bailey and I'm like, I can't relate to anyone because it's all like everyone's either like a mega slut or a jock quarterback like super white knight righteous power fantasy beat up other boys that dare look at my sweetheart, and then like drug seeking attention deficit rehab relapse Zendaya, and then a middle-aged dad who preys on this trans teen. Big daddy issues, big adult issues. But it's a great show because every episode starts with a biographical spotlight of one of the characters, and the intrigue keeps going, and it's like, oh, you'll never believe who's related to who. Of course, these two paths are gonna meet, and when they do, oh boy. So Bailey and I are enjoying it. Your teeth will grit 3 times an episode.
Oh man.
Because it's HBO.
Oh, okay.
So they'll throw the money and the honey. What do I mean by that? Just to make of that what you will. I mean, there's a season 2.
Yeah.
Which is just as like high school highs and very lows.
Are you into season 2?
No, I'm into season 1, episode 4.
Gotcha.
This is we've turned this on immediately after Girl from Plainville because Bailey and I was trying to stay up because she's switching over to nights.
Okay.
So we were just cranking.
Yeah.
And I couldn't. I was like, maybe we could play 13 Sentinels, and then I thought better of it. You know, what was the anime that you had us watch with you guys?
The Promised Neverland.
The Promised Neverland?
That's right.
Yeah. More like never gonna watch that again because it's not Bailey's cup of tea. I mean,
Didn't seem like your cup of tea either.
I mean, I like eating children as much as the next guy. What? Spoiler. Spoiler for like 30 minutes in.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's all. That's how we've been spending our time lately.
Oh, did you manage to salvage all your stocks?
I did.
You did.
All thanks to whoever on Discord. Let me shout them out. Their island was called Oh, what was their island called? Sorry. Discord.
This was a dilemma as you were leaving for your Florida trip.
Yeah, I put my life savings into this. Where am I? How do you find DMs and?
I know how to find them.
Quick, find the conversation where some saint
Is it one of these
was
people?
like, yeah, it's the first one. It's
Okay.
that 88 girl.
Airzy88.
Yeah, she invited me to her island.
How kind.
Let me sell several hundred thousands dollars worth of bells of turnips. Turnips of bells. What? Okay. So, what a patron saint.
Yeah.
I was like, how do I thank you? And she was like, no need. Just, yeah. So I left a nice message on her town hall's bulletin board saying, now I have enough to feed my family. So
you were going to take a what percentage loss, and you went to what kind of gain?
oh, it would have been if had I sold them on my island at market value, it would have been like 50% loss.
And
But I sold it for like 125% gain, maybe.
Oh man, she saved your butt.
She, my patron. I should erect a statue in her honor
On your island.
on Stromboli,
Yeah.
which is the name of my island. Oh man, so clutch.
That's awesome.
I never want to do that again.
How did you get put in contact with her?
Discord?
Oh, Discord.
The
Okay.
turnip stock exchange, Stalk exchange.
What a gal.
Yeah,
All right. Exciting times.
that's what I got.
All right, then how about we take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll have plenty more in store.
Wahoo.
I'll just do a quick stretch.
Yeah. What food did you bring?
I brought no food.
Oh, rough.
I'm cutting right now.
Wait. Yeah. Okay. So that works. How does that work? That has worked. Every bulk I attempt ends up being catabolic, and every cut I attempt is like I should be eating.
All right, we're back. Yes, I'm cutting right now. It's my first time giving it like real earnest effort.
This is the fitness talk for folks. Wait, okay, because I was like, oh, I'm gonna bulk so hard. I'm gonna be like 2,000 plus calories every day, and then it never ever happens.
I bulked for about 8 weeks. I intended to go way longer. I put on about 8 or 9 pounds.
For a bulk, that's low.
Yeah.
You need to look like a manatee after you bulk.
Yeah. I ended up in about the mid 170s.
Yeah.
And I cut it short because my strength gains at the gym were plateauing. And if that demoralized me. So it was like I was getting heavier but not stronger at a certain point. So I was like, okay, let's put this on ice for now. Let's try the cutting portion because that's important too. So I've been cutting for about a week and a half now. It's going great. The key is I am not reducing any of the weights at the gym, so I'm trying to maintain exactly the same muscle mass I had before, but I'm in a calorie deficit thanks to some plain, zero-fat Greek yogurt.
Yeah.
High in protein, only 100 calories per serving.
Are you supposed to be in a deficit for cutting?
Yeah, otherwise you won't lose weight.
Oh, right.
But it's going well. In fact, I'm a little concerned at how...
It's going too well.
It's going too well. The pounds are flying off. I'm worried it's going so fast that I am losing muscle. So I'm throwing in some extra eggs to try to tame that.
Yeah.
The hunger has dissipated. My body seems to be kind of used to it by now. So I don't get really hungry. According to the rough back of the napkin numbers I ran, if I want to look shredded, I need to get down to 157 pounds, which is pretty light.
That is, that's super light.
But we'll see where it is. Right now I'm at about 166, 167, so I've got another 10 pounds to lose.
Man, this bulk cut cycle, I'm so superstitious.
Yeah.
But only because I've never been able to successfully do it.
The key to my success is my breakfast and lunch and snacks every day are identical. There is no variation.
Yeah.
Only all of my variety comes from dinner.
Uh-huh.
And I'm a person who's fine with that.
Yeah.
So it makes calorie counting a piece of cake because my meals don't change for the most part.
Good, smart.
Yeah. But all right, that was the fitness hour.
Yeah. It was like a minute.
Yeah. That's all our listeners can handle.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're capital G gamers. They don't have time for the show. Let's move on to our YouTube segment.
Yeah.
So, presumably, if you've been listening to the show this long, you probably like us. You like the content Mobius Tubes puts out. Maybe you'll be interested in the content we consume related to video games.
We sure talk about it a heck of a lot.
Yeah, we reference these channels a lot. We just thought it would be fun to recommend some of our favorite.
In a numbered list.
Yes, a formal numbered list.
Because that pleases the algorithm.
It does, very clickbaity. Some of our favorite video game related YouTube channels, our favorite creators. Maybe you have heard of them, maybe they'll be new to you. What do you think would be more pleasing to the audience, Heath? Would it make more sense to go back and forth, you do one, I do one, or do we rattle off our whole list and then swap?
Back and forth.
All right, yeah, I'm cool with back and forth.
Yeah.
That's how we do things during our end of the year.
It makes it harder to search for things, though.
Are your 5 YouTube channels in a certain order, or just?
Well, these are okay. Are we excluding public figures that everybody knows about?
Totally up to your discretion.
Okay, because I have like.
If you really want to shout out a big popular channel, by all means, it's your show, Heath. Do what you want.
Because I was gonna open this thing with acknowledging Scott the Waz.
Yeah, acknowledge Scott the Waz.
Right.
He could use our publicity.
So Scott the Waz is the video game golden boy who inherited the crown after JonTron died. JonTron's
not dead, right?
Still actively
Yeah.
making content, but no, JonTron. For those who don't know, Game Grumps was one of the most prolific video game content channels. It was a combination of JonTron and Ego Raptor.
Right, the animator.
They would just know very little. No, they would have their faces on camera, but it would be a lot of just esoteric games like the Hercules game or like edutainment kind of stuff.
Okay.
Maybe like a Psychonauts kind of thing. But they were so prolific that it gave credence to the formula. And that's why Scott the Waz basically filled the void when Game Grumps dissolved. Did it work? Yeah. Scott the Waz is on cable television.
Is he?
Yeah.
What channel?
The G4 channel that got resurrected.
Okay.
That counts.
Yeah. I'm sure that counts.
But just, they're airing his videos in their entirety with some exception. Like
that's so weird.
Edited to 22-minute like an episode of
he's not producing original content for them.
No,
they're airing Scott the Waz reruns.
Right.
That's crazy bizarre.
Because it's just like the content meets their quality and duration.
Yeah.
So what makes Scott the Waz so fun is partly his off the cuff rapid fire delivery, leaning into the joke, how he was like he's just like a virgin Wii U owner who has like every Nintendo catalog, but he'll still like use curse words and have strong opinions about Chibi Robo Ziplash and Mario Tennis Ultra Smash. What is an Ultra Smash? Is it a move? Is it a mode? Yeah.
Yeah.
So many quotables. There are. I said cottage industry once already this episode. There are full-on just regurgitate 9-second clips of Scott the Waz moments out of context that are thriving in their own right, partly because Scott's taken a break this year.
Oh, really?
He's had like no videos this year.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That surprises me.
He appeared once on a music guessing game show episode, and everyone was like, he's alive. So
okay.
But no, the production value is great. Scott really Like he built like a there was one episode where they go to space, and he built like a Star Trek Picard battle station chair out of Wii U game disc boxes.
That's pretty funny.
And it leans into he'll make a video about Madden as an annualized franchise and acknowledging how Madden 08, the Madden that I had, is the best Madden.
Okay.
So much so.
Very validating.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So I'm a sucker for that. But he'll get in one anniversary 100th episode, whatever, he got the cover athlete from Madden 08, Vince Young, to cameo in his video.
That's crazy.
And then to double down on next 200th anniversary of his videos, he got Brett Favre, the cover athlete of Madden 09, the worst Madden, to be a villain in his storyline.
How do you pull that connection?
Just through Cameo, the app that you can pay celebrities to wish you a happy birthday type of thing.
I didn't know that.
You just tell them to say a couple of lines. Bailey got it for me for a birthday.
Okay. All right. I guess that clearly answers my question.
Yeah. It's
As much as I disagree with the premise, I do quite like the creativity of his "I'm Not an RPG Guy" song.
Oh yeah. He's rising. He's riding the zeitgeist to better production value, better. He probably didn't sing before making those videos. So that's wow, he's totally just delivering on the art form that is video game content.
And he's a couple years younger than us, right?
Yeah. I'm envious of his success. No, but he's super funny and just super down to earth. Like he makes fun of himself being a virgin, but he has a girlfriend, and everyone's like, yeah. The wait is over. There's hope for the rest of us. So that's Scott the Woz, number 5.
All right, you had a lot to say.
Yeah, if you had to invest into the stock market of video game creators, Scott is the most concrete bet.
Sure.
Do you see? I watched his panel at Too Many Games.
Okay.
He brought audience participation awards that were really specific.
Oh, that's fun.
Just first person to ask about Gex or something, predictive ones. And so people will ask a question, and then he'll look to the side at the awards, and it'll be like, no, you didn't get one. And so that I wanted to watch to the end to see what all the awards were.
Yeah, right.
He has the kind of creativity that you would expect from a guy twice his age.
Yeah. He's got some mass appeal.
Yeah. And deservedly so. Donkey appeared in one of his videos as God.
I remember that. Yeah. That was fun. I'm sure we'll be hearing more about Donkey later. I have to assume.
Well, that was why I was like, do I mention the Titans?
Yeah.
I might redact him. I might until I start thinking about Donkey videos, and then I'm like, oh, we gotta mention Donkey.
Here I'll do those small guys some service. I don't think I have anyone as big as Scott the Woz on my list here.
Yeah.
But for my number 5, the channel I selected is called No Clip. It's run by mostly a guy
Brown. What's his name?
Named Danny O'Dwyer is his name.
Yeah.
Quick honorable mention. I also really like Danny O'Dwyer's previous project, which is it was called a show called The Point. It was you can find a playlist of all the Point episodes on GameSpot's YouTube channel because he used to work at GameSpot. Anyway, this isn't about The Point. This is about No Clip. His current project. These are just very long-form professional interview documentaries about game development. So
they are much more. They are interviews.
Yeah, you could argue they're educational almost.
They're not GMTK.
No, he hops around the world, literally going to visit game developers, sets a camera up in front of them. Very professional quality.
Did he do the Dishonored level design Clockwork Mansion?
He did.
That's the lady who. Yeah.
So he's got lots of great stuff. I'll just shout out some of my favorite videos of him. Just like Heath said, there is a big multi-part series about all of the different projects Arcane Studios worked on. That includes Dishonored. That includes Prey. He even gets all the juicy details of all of Arcane's unreleased projects that never saw the light of day. They had some experimental multiplayer stuff. They had a collaboration with Valve on a Half-Life game that never came out. So all sorts of cool stuff for Arcane fans. This is just a one-off video, but I really liked his interview with Subset Games, where they talk about FTL and Into the Breach and their design methodology. They were like two developers who I think met in Hong Kong or something. Just really cool story of these two guys who made one of our favorite games, Into the Breach. They do all sorts of interviews. They went to Poland, had a big, extensive series on The Witcher.
With Andrzej.
I don't think Andrzej Sapkowski appeared.
He got Andrzej.
But yeah, with CD Projekt Red, very cool. And then another, just a really unique one was they had an in-progress development videos on Hades by Supergiant Games, where they were literally recording while the game was in early access and active development. And that included some interviews conducted during like the outbreak of COVID, and it covered stuff like the office of Supergiant Games got broken into while everyone was working from home and stuff was stolen.
Oh my God.
And that's all documented in these no-clip videos. So yeah, maybe not the most flashy or like exciting topics, but if you care about literally seeing how the sausage is made in game development, No Clip is the channel for you. It's a big public service that Danny O'Dwyer does this and puts it out for free. He's just supported on Patreon, and that's how they do it.
Even the Dwarf Fortress video was fascinating.
Yes, perfect example.
Yeah. That's the only
channel.
reason I know the name of that game and like can pick it out from memory.
The designer was a really interesting guy. Getting him interviewed was really cool. All right, that was my number 5. No Clip. Check it out. Yeah. Heath, let me hear about your number 4.
Well, it was going to be Tim Rogers.
You can do Tim Rogers. I know you love Tim Rogers.
All right, I'll do Tim Rogers.
Why do you sound so down about it?
I'm trying to pick the tiny ones that merit mentioning. Okay. Tim Rogers is my favorite long form. Like, you know who H Bomber Guy is?
I only know him. I only recognize the name.
Yeah, okay. He did like H Bomber Guy is also a long form. He'll do like a 6-hour rebuttal of a Dark Souls critique of his
6
video.
Hours?
Like it's got to be insane. It's like ought to be condensed. But Tim Rogers will also make just as long video treatises on games that he's mentioned on his, because remember, Action Buttons started as a really rudimentary HTML website of Tim Rogers' ranking of the games. Tim Rogers is probably the closest thing, like aside from like Jason Schreier, Tim Rogers is kind of like, I think of him almost as like a Roger Ebert kind of guy.
Oh, okay.
As far as like movie critiques.
Yeah.
Partly because I think they also they use the same 4-star system. Like if you go to have you ever gone to actionbutton.net?
I definitely have not.
.net?
And Jason Schreier isn't really a critic.
No, he's not a critic. No,
he's a reporter.
But like, look at this. Like the retro, very. Like, look at the quote. Just, while I talk, just read some of these quotes.
All right.
The bottom lines.
Let's see.
No, while I talk. So Tim Rogers, he always finds fun ways of articulate, because he's what's his CV? He went to Sony in Japan and worked on games for their first party studios. And then he went over to Kotaku and like sharpened his writing chops. He was always super clever, and it really transcends the games themselves. And I'm just jazzed to hear how he compares. his first memory as a child going to the grocery store with his mom and hearing the word Pepperidge Farms is like the brand of bread, and likening that to like the origin of video games with Pac-Man as being like the first like digital sport. It's like a fast. I love the way his brain works, and it just reminds me of all the other video content creators that I listen to, like John Boyce and like a Brian David Gilbert, who we might talk about later. No, Tim Rogers is, and it's ironic. Scott the Woz might be like the youngest person on my list. Tim Rogers is like the oldest. He's like a 40. He's a stalwart veteran of the video game industry who's trying to create his latest game, Truck Hack. And I love Tim's ethos as like kind of like a very like medically frail. He suffers from like migraines and has to wear dark sunglasses all the time, which just only adds to like his machismo look. He loves like Hideo Kojima leather bomber jackets,
right?
And like Tim Rogers is less of a man and more of a mascot in my eyes. And I just adore the way he talks about things, and I find myself mimicking it. I'd like to think I'd be able to mimic it.
What strikes me as I scroll through this actionbutton.net website where he lists the ratings of all these games he's reviewed, I can't predict what his rating will be whatsoever.
Yeah, it's a toss-up.
Like, his taste is Byzantine to me. Completely opaque. I have no idea what he's going to like. That's funny.
So Tim Rogers, his videos. I mean, right now, like he switched. He's not working for Kotaku. He's not working for a studio. He's an independent game dev. So he's making his own thing. But he's also doing like the Patreon video content, and it's well worth the wait. I mean, I didn't care for his Cyberpunk video nearly as much as like his Doom critiques and stuff. Plus, it's just like the easiest listening ever because partly due to DMCA, he can't use video game soundtracks as much as he'd like to. So half of his narration is accompanied just by like Chopin and just classical music, and maybe like in the Hall of the Mountain King. So it's like it's a magnificent to fold to.
Yeah. Perfect.
What do you mean? Yeah.
It's like ASMR of video game critiques.
Right. So Tim, like, perfect compliment to Scott the Woz, who's the upcoming golden boy.
Right.
Tim Rogers is like the sun-setting, just master of the pen.
Awesome. Your passion came through there, Heath.
Oh, it did. I always find a way. What's your number 4?
My number 4.
It's Mark Brown.
It literally is Mark Brown. My number 4 is the channel called Game Maker's Toolkit, run by, hey, it's me, Mark Brown.
Hey, it's me, Mark Brown.
Yeah, this is just...
I figured out how to make my magnet an actual likable character.
This is a very academic channel, perfect for people who care about breaking down game design. Honestly, I think...
He talks about like feedback loops, doesn't he?
I was going to mention the feedback loop episode.
Yeah!
Did you see my notes ahead of this?
No, we're the same person.
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure I've heard on the record he mentioned he didn't have a formal background in game development. He was just a passionate fan, and he started this YouTube channel. He's now just recently dipped his toes into making his own games. But he got incredible imposter syndrome when he started to hear that actual game developers were tuning into his videos to get ideas in the early stages of their games, because he
stumbled upon it.
Yeah, he just...
The truth of the game dev art, yeah.
His videos are very verbose. Like he'll do a video on feedback loops, and then he'll incorporate dozens and dozens of examples from games across the industry because he has a breadth of experience to pull from all the games he's played, and just go into nitty-gritty detail, break it down. He categorizes things in a very easy to follow manner, and then it's just he kind of just makes, whenever he puts out a video on a certain subject, he kind of just makes the definitive guide to whatever it is he's talking about.
Yeah.
Be it feedback loops or systemic design or stealth systems.
Yeah, if you like our observations and critiques of things, you gotta tune into Game Maker's Toolkit because it's just that more potent.
And he's got the British accent, so he sounds great.
He sounds great.
I'll just shout out a couple of my favorites of his. Yes, the feedback loop video. I like it a lot. I think mainly because he highlights the ingenious liberation system in Pyre that no one talks about. No one talks about Pyre.
Why does anybody talk about Pyre?
It's so good that, there would be this snowballing effect where Pyre, it's this like magical sports game / RPG where you have teammates that get stronger and stronger.
It's
so
3-on-3.
It's only 3-on-3, but you have this huge cast of characters to choose from. How does Pyre choose to solve the feedback loop problem of, well, you obviously just put your best 3 members on a team and use them ad nauseum over and over again?
One of them will ascend.
Yes, exactly. And the narrative justifications in Pyre, some of your teammates graduate, meaning you lose access to them. And you can only graduate teammates among your top 3 best characters, which means your stars of the court, the stars of your team, you keep losing the superstars. You keep losing access to them, which means you have to continually rely on your lower ranked members.
LeBron James literally reaches nirvana.
Right. Yes. You literally ascend. Yeah. So Pyre, it's genius. He goes into detail about why that is in his feedback loops episode. I really like his episode all about the rise of systemic design, and he cites a lot of
Forbidden City
examples about, this is before Forbidden City. This is Breath of the Wild. This is Metal Gear Solid 5. This is Dwarf Fortress and Dishonored.
Yeah.
All sorts of games that are very dynamic and reactive because they were built upon systems instead of static set pieces. That's a great video. And then I also really like he does an annual roundup at the end of every year on accessibility features in games.
Yeah.
And he like critiques the year's progress, and he does a very comprehensive overview.
Talking about Metroid Dread.
And developers have been on the record saying those videos inspire them to do better. So he's doing a service for us all.
What a chicken and egg relationship he has with the industry.
Yeah, I could totally put myself in his shoes and feel.
We would
feel like a total imposter. Like I'm not the one making these games, and yet the game developers are coming to me for advice.
Yeah,
it's a crazy dynamic.
Weird.
He does some great level design breakdown videos as well. I really like his top 5 levels of 2017 video. Look it up. That's all I have to say.
Just levels.
Yeah, just levels.
Just contained. Ooh.
He's got a great comprehensive guide to the entire map design of Hollow Knight that is like 30 to 40 minutes long. It's great. What a smart guy. All right, that's my number 4. The Game Maker's Toolkit is the channel.
Yeah, wicked smart. He would develop a video game in like a month. Over to me.
Yeah.
Does George Super Bunny Hop count?
Well, I certainly hope he does because he's my number 3.
He's your number 3? Oh, no.
Is he your number 3?
No, well, not anymore. I'm gonna dodge him. Oh, I'll go to Tier Zoo.
Okay.
Can I go? Wait, can I talk about does Tier Zoo count?
Do Tier Zoo.
All right, yeah.
I don't know that much about Tier Zoo.
He's a bio boy like me. He has a degree in like zoology.
Yeah.
But he loves Smash.
Okay.
So he'll gamify the animal kingdom for you in such a way, this is just command of the language like Tim Rogers. I guess, man, I'm a poet with the way I structure these things. Much in the way that Tim Rogers will use the most flowery prose to get me excited about peeing in Death Stranding. Tier Zoo, who's like our age, and who had like the most meteoric rise while we were in college. He'll embellish just a primate a breakdown of the difference amongst primates in like you would characters in a MOBA and say that this chimpanzee really benefited from the patch that granted them opposable thumbs.
Yeah.
It's total. It's playing to all of our capital G gamer lingo.
Right.
In such a way that amuses me as a game player,
Right.
but also teaches me things about the rage quitting across the Serengeti. They'll talk about the dinosaur extinction as like the devs reworking the meta.
Right.
It's great, and all of the music he chooses are kind of like chip-tuned versions of Nintendo, the music we already listened to on the reg. It's a wonderful take on just an educational channel that is flavored in games, not necessarily about games.
It's fair to say it's like a biology channel, but he's examining it through the lens of a video game player.
His channel logo is accompanied by the startup sound when you turn on a Game Boy.
Oh, nice.
What just like a fun way to get me to learn about why the anaconda is not as viable a predator as the Bermuda snake.
This channel does seem custom tailored to your interests.
It is, and I'm so happy that he found an audience as wide as he has. He has like 2 million subscribers.
Dang.
Yeah, it's tremendous for such a niche, and he's sponsored by like Nebula, which is another educational streaming service.
Yeah. That's Tier Zoo is the channel.
Yeah. Where's he at? He's got 3 million.
Look at him go.
Yeah. And all of his video titles are like, "Are humans OP?" It's enough to get me through the door.
Yeah. Great pick, Heath.
Yeah.
Thinking outside the box. I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, as alluded to, my number 3 is Super Bunny Hop is the channel, put on by a guy named George. This is a bit of a legacy pick for me because he's really dropped down with his quantity of uploads. You only get a handful of George videos a year now, which I can't fault the guy. I mean, just look at how our content has dropped off.
No,
But
is that due to COVID? Like he's not getting as many interviews?
I don't know. I have no insight into why his output has decreased, but maybe he's just busy.
Yeah.
But he's just one guy. I think he has a background in journalism. And
Assuredly.
yeah. He's got a very dry sense of humor. He's very down to earth, but he also comes across as a bit jaded, I'd say, but in a very likable way. I've really enjoyed many of his videos over the years.
Oh, you of course you do, because he validates all your hitman.
Validates all my opinions. His review of Nier Automata I've watched it so many times. I love it to death. He has a big multi-part retrospective series on the story of all the Witcher games. It's like I'm a kid in a candy store. I love it so much. I've rewatched many times. He used to do like a year in review video at the end of every year, where he took a holistic view of how the industry was doing, what were the games like, what are the trends. He did this from 2012 through 2017. I was crestfallen when he stopped doing it.
Yeah.
But I love all those videos to death. Yeah, there's not a unique hook to the Super Bunny Hop channel. I just think it's really high quality. He's a great writer, and I really enjoy his videos.
Yeah, your tastes just align so closely.
Yeah, I mean, I see George, and I'm like, that's where I'm headed in 20 years.
Hold on to your socks.
Right.
All right, you want my number 2?
Yeah.
Scruffy.
Scruffy? I've never heard of Scruffy.
Scruffy. We're gonna do Scruffy. This is actually me throwing a bone. So Scruffy is mainly focused on video game music.
Okay. A topic we both care about.
His channel is so clean. It makes it really mirrors like a Vox video. You know how those are just so like uniform and the brand cohesion is of utmost.
Yeah, you can look at the graphic design and know it's a Vox video.
Right, you can look at a scruffy video and know it's a scruffy video. He's clearly another Nintendo fanboy.
Yeah.
And he's talking about games as esoteric as ARMS and how that game's soundtrack evokes like Brazilian jiu-jitsu roots, and he's talking about Pikmin 3 and how like the boss battle where you're in the dark makes excellent use of like binaural like phasing between the left and the right, stereoscopic like Dolby surround sound. He totally, like, all of his videos do gangbusters especially when he talks about like FNAF, but just super well produced, talking about like super high effort videos, talking about just things that everybody's gonna like, and all of the music in the background are covers of his, unless he's like, take a listen to this track from ARMS. But for the most part, when he's just when he's reading off his script and making his points, it'll be because he's like a multi-instrumentalist. You'll be listening to his cover of the Mario Kart Wii settings page, and it's just like, this should be way more popular than for the amount of effort that he's putting into it.
Right.
But it's not. He's a little
How many subscribers does he have?
Not like like under 500,000.
500,000. Under 500,000.
Yeah. So wow. Cuz there are other video game music theory channels where it's like talking to camera and a lot more mainstream.
Sure.
This one's just really clean, really personalized, all the like handwritten, and I just it doesn't have any of the flowery prose that my favorite writers do, but artistically, I just think it's so clean.
Clean is the word that comes to mind. The quality comes just from the few seconds you've shown me. I can tell how high effort of a production this is.
Yeah, so that's all I have to say about Scruffy.
Excellent. Then I will move on to my number 2, a channel just called Jacob Geller. It's made by Jacob himself.
Do I know this?
He is maybe the most unique long-form video essayist.
This came out 6 days ago.
Yeah, he might be experiencing a little recency bias in my rankings here because
I already watched this.
His past 2 videos I thought were some of his best.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's just a video essayist on the topic of video games most of the time. Sometimes he goes on tangents. Just the most bizarre, almost avant-garde topics he will talk about in his videos. Let's see here. Yeah, one of my favorites. My introduction, the reason I found Jacob was a video of his called "A Love Letter to Beat Saber."
I've seen that thumbnail.
It was a great video. It makes me want to play Beat Saber so bad. That was my introduction, and it just got better from there. Recently, his two latest videos, the one on head transplants and also the one on why Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance keeps getting more popular. I thought they were some of his best work. He goes into like the science and history of head transplants in the real world, but then also ties it into the themes and messages of games like Soma and Wolfenstein.
Oh yeah.
So it's candy to me. He's a great writer. These are often very long videos. Like the shortest ones are maybe 14 or 15 minutes, but they're often more than 30. He's such a creative guy. I always look forward to see what he uploads. And that's Jacob Geller is the channel.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, same. I showed Bailey that video.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. That's a
the Beat Saber one?
No, the like 240p Just Dance Rasputin Black Family.
Gotcha.
culture hit. Yay, nice. Okay, so we put some esoteric boys into the mix.
How many subscribers does he have?
Just over 500,000.
Oh yeah, he's doing better than I thought. Good for him.
Can I name a girl?
Of course.
I don't think I can.
Good point. This has been a sausage fest. Maybe goes to show our own blind spots.
There's girlfriend reviews
That's a great channel.
who cameoed in one of Scott's videos.
Oh really?
Yeah, and it's a really funny cameo because it's a departure from games. It's one of his skits. Core A Gaming.
Tell me about this Core A Gaming.
He's the fighting game guy.
Okay.
His videos are great. He'll break down like the Korean backdash and just real explanatory fighting game. So yeah, just super in-depth fighting game. Like explaining the culture of why we get upset and make excuses when we lose, and what the appeal of things like the Daigo parry have for just like spectating in general. And it just really good, like 20-minute long videos on occasion of
going into the actual hardware of the controller and how it was made and how that affects inputs. That's crazy.
Yeah. Oh, and just sticking with themes that we've already explored.
Why games are still not considered art. That's
this one's a fan favorite.
The effects of salt.
Yeah.
An analysis.
So it's real. The barrier for entry is high, but if you've already listened to all of the essayists we've already recommended and the comedy skit types that we enjoy, and you want something a little more dense, I think Core A Gaming has the polish and poise of a cool inside look at fighting games, of which other content creators are
often neglect.
It's like it's kind of like an ugly stepchild.
Kind of, yeah. It's relegated into a different corner along with like the racing games.
Yeah.
But yeah, you said it has a high barrier to entry, but already he's like breaking down fairly esoteric fighting game concepts in a way that a layman like me could understand. So I feel like he has a very good way of explaining things.
Yeah.
Cool number 1. I was already interested in what you've shown me. I will look up Core A Gaming later, for sure. Which brings me to my number 1. It's a channel with a fairly innocuous name. And I was just looking for I know the channel's 3 people, and it's 1/3 woman, so there's some representation. I was trying to find everyone's name, but I couldn't find it. The name of the channel is People Make Games.
Is this
They are... I don't even know. They just cover the most random topics tangentially related to video games, and they're always fascinating. Let me break down a few of my favorites here. This is one of their first videos, but it kind of sucked me in. It was like, so apparently Nintendo sent a Wii console made out of solid gold to the Queen of England, and they just wanted to see if they could figure out what happened to the console. So then there's this big investigative video where they try to track down the Queen's golden Wii. So it's like random stuff. They've got a cool video about, hey, what happens to the physical components of a game disc and case if you try to recycle it? And they like visit a processing plant and like interview the staff, and it's just very weird stuff that for some reason interests me. They covered the rise of Blaseball in 2020.
Oh yeah.
Which is a very weird phenomenon of this fantasy baseball that just happens in like a text-based website. but it's like an ongoing league where the rules are determined by the community, and like the factors that affect play are always shifting. Characters will die on your roster of baseball players, but occasionally get resurrected. It's weird and wild. But they also hit on some very serious topics as well. Most recently, they had like a 2-part series on Roblox. That game that's usually targets a younger demographic. And they did a very deep dive on how the company that creates Roblox is pretty evil. They're very exploitative to both their audience and the people they pitch on becoming developers for Roblox experiences.
Yeah.
Their profit sharing is abysmal. It's just Roblox is this very gross, almost like a multi-level marketing pyramid scheme. It's disgusting. And then they also did a deep dive on this one YouTuber I've never heard of before now called like Athene, and he like founds this religion. It's basically a cult, and he uses his like streaming persona and followers to bring people into this like commune he's made where it's been a while since I've seen the video. He's a very abusive guy. They do an interview with him, and it's so hard to watch. But they just ask questions, and this Athene guy just keeps digging the hole he's in even deeper and deeper, and he threatens them. And they tackle like the widest variety of topics I've seen on these gaming YouTube channels, and I never know what I'm gonna get, but somehow they're always interesting, whether it's serious or lighthearted. It's just a very well-rounded channel. That's why I recommend People Make Games. And how many subscribers do they have?
This is the least popular of the ones we mentioned.
Just below 400K subscribers. So go check them out. I think you'll like what you'll see. And that's the end of my top 5 YouTubers.
Let us know if you liked any of our recommendations.
And how could you not? Because we have the best taste.
Yeah.
What's our recording time at?
Oh, let me see.
Oh, nice. We fleshed this episode out more than I thought.
Yeah.
But I'm still game for Mobius tunes if you are.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Then we'll take a break. I'll get some water, and we'll do our another classic edition of Mobius tunes. Stay tuned. And we're back.
Mobius Tunes is our music guessing game.
We guess video game songs from various games. Each of us have selected 5 songs for today's edition. And we do our best to identify the game of origin. And if a person struggles to do so, we provide hints to help them along. This is our 13th time doing this.
Correct.
And it's always a fan favorite, or I presume so, because I love it. I have no theme this time, Heath. I am scraping the bottom of the barrel, just reaching for songs I enjoy. I think I have made my selection easier this time, because last time I feel like I did you dirty.
What, with Gravity Rush?
It's just a lot of obscure stuff.
I mean, I chose like the Madden theme that was phased out in 2014.
But you also chose songs from like Halo Infinite, a game I was actively playing at the time. So you throw me some bones. Any theme for you this time?
No, this is just and for the archivist who's like, oh, they always did Mobius tunes every 5 episodes. Yeah, we're squeezing it in here on episode 73. Making it interesting. That's only to free up more time for episode 75 to do just a big smelly spoiler cast for all the games that I'll hopefully finish by then.
Yeah, it's going to be long and detailed, so had to squeeze it in now.
Maybe I could plan a big old spoiler cast for 75 and we do like all of Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3.
Oh my God! There's no way you can pull that off.
What if I could? I'm gonna dig even deeper. Mass Effect, Echoes of the Eye, Like, imagine, right?
And then throw in some 13 Sentinels.
And then Witcher 3.
Oh my god, dude.
Imagine. Oh, I need to. Yeah, and 13. Yeah. That's on the horizon. It can be done.
Yeah, but you're not gonna do it.
Who's gonna go first here, Chris?
Up to you.
Why is my mouse lag so bad? Am I in a USB cluster that's? Chris, who's your mouse maker of choice?
I'm a basic bitch, Heath. I'm using a Razer mouse, and I like it. It's very ergonomic. That's the main appeal.
That compared to my mouse, which is made of barbed wire. All right, Chris, I'll be in the guessing chair first.
All right.
Like all good things.
Hopefully, my difficulty curve has been smoothed out this time.
Like a baby's bottom.
And I've got some dynamite hints just to help you out in case assistance is required. Okay.
Mega classics.
No spoilers.
Man, is this like the startup screen to a planetarium? Oh.
You're kind of right.
Oh. What is this? Oh, I know this. This is like from my childhood. It's not new. Well, heck, like I have half a mind to be like, oh, it's Civilization 4 when you're looking over the planet Apex. Or no, what's the Corona? That's what I meant to say. The planet's Corona.
Okay.
Oh, this is just. You know what this is?
Yeah.
It's larger than life. It's like Age of Empires, but no, that would be too. There would be drums in that.
It's a very nostalgic song for me.
Uh-huh. Yeah. This is. This would be right at home and on a ride at Disney World, like an Epcot ride. Oh, the first note told me a heck of a lot more than it is right now.
Yeah, it's
I'm gonna
winding
go back.
down.
I'm gonna go back. Yeah, what is this? It's Dreamscape. My first guess. Let's try to think back. This had to be on a console, like a PlayStation 3 or 2. No, not 2. That's too old. We're gonna say, and it's not Mass Effect. Mass Effect was not that peaceful. I mean, I've heard Mass Effect music. It's we're gonna say this is. Oh, I almost had it. Kerbal Space Program?
Okay. Leaning into the planetarium.
That seems
bit.
too new, though.
Yeah, I'm afraid that's not what I was looking for. We're both a little embarrassed here. I didn't actually prepare any hints for this one. I thought you would get it.
You thought I'd get
Here's
it
the hint, Heath.
right out the gate.
You brought this game to discuss on the last episode.
What? We're recording, right? Yeah, this is song number 1. What? Wait, so this is Mass Effect 1.
Final answer?
Okay, what did I talk about last episode? I talked about the Oracle or the whatever the Thorian, and I talked about 13 Sentinels. Is this like when Natchan and Kitaro Miura are on the interstellar station? No, but it's nostalgic, so it's not 13 Sentinels. It's got to be Mass Effect. Final answer.
You're correct.
Woo!
This is the main menu music of Mass Effect. You said this sounds like the startup screen of a planetarium, and you're like, yeah, it kind of is. It also, name of the song is Vigil. It's also featured late in the game during some important story scenes, but it is the main menu music as well, so I thought it would be pretty familiar, but I thought wrong.
No, I blazed past the menu.
I guess so. Eager to get into Commander Shepard's boots.
Yeah.
All right, that's still 2 points, though.
That's a chill 2 points. Whew, a good sign of things to come, right? Right, boys and
I think
girls?
you'll rally. I think you'll rally.
Yeah, no sweat. All right, let me just restore the volume levels. All right, hey, we got song number 2. Da-na-na-na. Ooh, we're grinding on rails. Yeah. You're too slow. All right, this is some. Yeah. Oh. The vocals.
Yeah, the vocals.
Is this like Jetstream Sam's theme? Oh, you work out to this on the reg.
Oh, I most certainly do.
That's why you hurt your back. It's 'cause
I may have injured the back while listening to this very song.
I mean, it's still in the zeitgeist, and you haven't done a Revengeance song yet. So there's a good shot. Oh, I'll guess it right now. Yeah, this isn't Rules of Nature. Wait, you've done Rules of Nature.
I have done Rules of Nature.
But this is also Metal Gear Rising Revengeance.
This is Metal Gear Rising Revengeance. I couldn't resist. It is a DLC song, but it's from the Blade Wolf
it
DLC.
Is, oh.
Not Jetstream Sam.
Darn.
It's the final boss of the Blade Wolf.
Arf,
yeah.
arf. Wait, is the final boss of the Blade Wolf like Senator Armstrong's dog?
No, it's a unique character.
Kamzin? Just like another AI type of thing.
He's a dude. He's a dude in a big mech.
And he's like, this darn dog. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. I'm a big fan of this song.
It shreds.
Hot Wind Blowing is the title.
Yeah.
I think it's maybe my favorite song from the soundtrack.
Oh, sure. I can see that. Yeah, all right. We rallied.
That's 3 points. You're up to 5.
Yeah, I sliced through that song like Raiden slicing through the jelly-filled spinal cords of Joe, enemy grunt.
They're full of electrolytes, apparently.
Mm-hmm. All right. On to song number 3. Oh. I can't wake up. Huh. The guitar. This is Supergiant. This is strong Supergiant vibes.
Because of the choice of instruments?
Yeah. But it could just as easily be like... It could just as easily be like an Into the Breach DLC if there ever was one. But you don't need but you don't need DLC for the perfect game.
Right, yeah. How do you improve upon perfection?
Yeah.
You can't iterate on it.
This is like Desolate Wasteland, Future Punk. It's not Halo Infinite. I would not like it as much if it were Halo Infinite. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I spoke too soon.
Oh, do you suddenly like it less?
Halo loves the twinkling piano chords.
Oh.
They love it because it's like dun dun dun. Yeah.
Yeah. They do like those solitary piano keys.
Well, now what do I say? Is this like an indie darling or the AAA
behemoth?
Stink behemoth, yeah. Please, other half of the song, just go Audio Jungle, Pawn 5. Rights reserved by. Well, heck, now it does sound like a Halo Infinite multiplayer DLC Season 2 Jam Pass. Yeah.
It does a little bit. Yeah.
But it's not. It's an indie darling.
You've convinced yourself of that.
I want to stick with my gut. Hades.
Cool guess. It's not Hades, I'm afraid. Nor is it Supergiant.
It would have been more. Greco-Roman.
Yeah, definitely would have been. All right. Well, cast your mind to a different section of the world because this action-adventure game allows the player to experience and explore districts of Tokyo and Osaka in Japan during the 1980s.
1980s? That's how far back? Wait, so that's got to be the... Okay. All right, that's the hint I need. Try to get my mouse to work.
Okay.
Yeah, what cities did you name? Like Kamurocho?
Districts of Tokyo and Osaka. Yeah.
Oh. But that's Yakuza. Yeah. Okay, so it's just which Yakuza? Yakuza 0 is the oldest Yakuza.
Earliest in the chronology, yeah.
Yeah, so it's definitely that.
Final answer, Yakuza 0?
Yes.
You're right. It's totally Yakuza 0,
yeah.
which I believe is set in 1988. Yeah, this is a boss theme for one of the lieutenants of the Dojima family, Kuze, he's so prolific. You fight him so many times. He has multiple themes. This is his second theme.
Wow.
Oath of Enma.
Which is the best theme?
I like both of them. Okay. I just happened to choose this one on a whim.
On a whim.
But yeah. I've been growing in appreciation for the Yakuza soundtracks.
Shocker.
Yeah. All right, that's 2 points for Heath. He's up to 7.
I'm up to 7.
You're cruising.
I can hit double digits if I I'm definitely gonna hit double digits.
Yeah, that's the spirit. This is song number 4.
I'm down with the cool kids are listening to, and this is what the coolest kids listen to. Ooh, on their way to the shuffleboard.
Yeah.
This is my cup of tea. This would fit right at home in Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness.
I'm selfishly rooting for you to mess this one up because I love my hints for it.
I know that feel. No, this is like you just walked into the new town. There's so much to explore. The mayor's so cool. He's definitely not a late game villain. Boink. Yeah, this is like a fun, like not Delfino Plaza, but a quirky. It's not anything you're playing right now. This is just a pull from your interests, and it's old. You can hear
the audio fidelity.
This is a PlayStation 2. Yeah. Oh, Yeah, you just left your pallet town and you're into the next town. Whoa. Okay. Yeah, it's still a jam. It's still a banger. So fun.
But what could it be?
No, I'll figure it out.
Okay.
It's Okay, come on. Early 2000s RPG. chocobo races. All right. This is Final Fantasy X.
A nice guess. It's wrong, I'm afraid. I haven't actually played a Final Fantasy game.
I'm close, but you love the Genova, whatever.
All right, this first hint isn't actually that helpful unless you remember the trivia I've mentioned before on the podcast. Here's the hint.
Oh.
This song also doubles as the end credits theme to Nickelodeon's The Amanda Show.
Oh, duh. What did I think of? Yeah, this is Spyro 1, The Witch Trials.
Yeah. I mean, this is Spyro the Dragon. Yep.
Yeah.
Spyro 1. This is the theme to the level Wizard's Peak.
Oh, what did I say? Witch Tower?
Trials.
Okay.
Yeah. From the
Got 'em.
PlayStation 1 mascot platformers, Spyro. One of my favorite games growing up.
What platform was it on?
It was on the first PlayStation. PlayStation 1. 90s game. I want to say 97. Yeah,
This just sounds a deader.
I'll never forget. I thought there was some conspiracy as a kid that this song played in my video game and on the Amanda Show. I thought it was like this ubiquitous track that everyone knew.
Well, here we'll play the Amanda cover because it's not exactly the same.
There are tweaks. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow, that did sound the same.
Yeah.
We'll pipe it in.
All right, that's 2 more points, Heath.
You
are flirting with double digits.
If I don't get it, it'll be the greatest choke.
Right. It's been a while since either of us hit the double digits.
Really?
Yeah, I think so.
We
dialed up the difficulty.
Yeah. Okay. So Chris's song number 5. Chris! Wait, this is a joke, right?
Yeah, it's a joke.
All right.
I got you. Yeah, we've already covered Metal Gear Rising. Yeah. You want the real? Do you still have the USB plugged in?
Yeah.
Real song number 5 is on there.
Have you seen all the? What's your favorite meme? While I pull this up.
Oh, there's so many. How do you choose?
The one where it's like, "That's a nice argument, Senator, but where's your source?" And the Armstrong's like, "My source is that I made it the fuck up."
Right. If you go to the USB, it's in music backup. Real song number 5.
All right. Whoa. Okay, this might be okay. All right, real song number 5. Oh yeah. I mean, it's not 13 Sentinels.
You know this, having played 13 Sentinels.
I've gotten decently far.
Plus, I just did a 13 Sentinels song the last time we did this.
True. This is, and this isn't Persona, but it's gonna be Atlas-y.
Ooh. What about it gave you the Atlas vibe?
The driving nature of the melody and the rhythm section.
Okay.
Yeah, it's definitely like a Platinum's game. It's gonna be a what's it called? Vanguard? What's the V titled game where you slide as much as you shoot the gun?
Vanquish.
What did I say? Yeah. I said Vanguard.
Oh yeah.
But it's not that. Oh man, so high tech. We're fighting droid enemy types. They have laser guns for weapons. It's not like an indie title. It's not a Hyper Light Drifter. It's AAA-ish, and it's up to date. This is Project Triangle Strategy.
Okay. That's pretty like old school fantasy though, but it's not Project Triangle Strategy.
What's Lady Legs called?
Oh, Scarlet Nexus.
Yeah.
Wavy
That's too
lights.
jazzy.
Here we go. The first hint.
Here we go.
This is the third mainline entry in a certain series of visual novels. The song is from the third mainline game of a visual novel series.
Of a series.
Yeah. Can't be the third game if it's not a series.
Banner Saga? No. Or yeah. Banner Saga. What's this is Danganronpa Happy Panic. Happy Havoc Panic.
Trigger Happy Havoc?
Yeah.
You might not want to guess that one because that's the first one.
That's the first
and this is supposedly the third game in a
This
series.
is Danganronpa Exerd. This is Danganronpa Monokuma's Jubilant Return. I don't know the subtitles.
That's you want to guess the third Danganronpa game?
Yeah.
Well, that's a good guess because that's what the song is
know.
from. This is Danganronpa V3 Killing Harmony. Yeah. Song is called New World Order.
It suffers. It suffers from early onset Kingdom Hearts subtitles.
Oh, yeah.
Close.
Very cool. That's 2 more points, Heath.
Woo!
You hit 11.
Oh, just barely eked it out. What happens when this song is played? Is this a boss battle?
I don't fully remember. Definitely a climactic scene, to be sure.
What a climactic scene.
Well done, Heath.
All right, my turn.
How smooth was that difficulty curve?
Oh, it was smooth.
Yeah.
It was real smooth.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I thought about it. All right. That brings it to my time to suffer in the guessing chair.
Yeah. Oh, hang on. Let me download Danganronpa.
We have had a draw before, correct?
Oh, surely, right?
Yeah. I'm trying to
remember. Because
remember.
our skills are evenly matched.
Yeah.
Definitely not just a subjective. Song number 1.
Yeah. Ooh. The song catches my attention right away. Very fantasy aesthetic to it. Very charming. I like it. Oh, man. This could be anything. Am I being a fool here, Heath? Should I know this right away?
No.
Okay. All right. I'm just going to guess. Is this Project a Triangle Strategy?
It is not. This is too old to be Project Triangle Strategy. There's no shapes in this game.
That's the hint? No shapes in this game?
No. That's just a triangle joke.
Oh, gotcha.
This game... This is a tactical role-playing game from 2007.
Ooh. I love it when dates are incorporated into hints.
You sure do.
It's like you've given me the cheat codes.
It's to some extent.
It's a tactical role-playing game from 2007?
It sure is, yeah.
Okay.
It's
all right.
in a series
Okay.
whose entry it is number... whose entry it is the 10th.
Okay. I feel like this has to be a Fire Emblem game. Probably on the Wii at that time. Man, what was that one called? I haven't played it. Is this... It's like... I feel like Radiance is in the title. Is this Fire Emblem Paths of Radiance? Is that the name?
Oh, we will totally give it to you.
Okay.
This is Fire Emblem Radiant Dawn.
Oh, okay.
Very good.
Thank you.
You hit upon the requisite prefix.
Yeah.
This is Ike's theme.
Okay.
Is this the debut of Ike?
I think it's like his big breakout, at least.
Who's your big brain? What? Like he's like a starving actor. Who's your favorite Fire Emblem character?
I mean, I've only played 3 houses,
right?
So it's got to be a 3 houses.
It's
character.
got to be Yellow Boy.
Claude. Yeah, Claude.
Yeah. You got 2 points.
Yeah.
That's in pace with me.
Very in sync.
Very in sync.
We are evenly matched.
Mm-hmm. And it's only gonna get more evener.
Are you looking up these songs in real time?
No.
Okay.
This is me. I'm trying to gauge difficulty.
Interesting.
Next song.
Ooh. Funky. I love some synth. That's great. All right, no fantasy this time. This is contemporary, or it could even be a little near future sci-fi, perhaps. Seems like an upbeat game. Cheery, maybe like a platformer, maybe. All right, I need to throw a guess out here because I don't think I know this game. Just going off the song.
You don't know this game.
Okay, that's reassuring. So I'll just throw out something random. Could this be Donkey Konga?
Yes.
That
would sound like
maybe this is like a unlockable song down the line.
What when all of the palm trees turn to chrome?
Yeah, exactly.
No, dude. Your first hint. This is a mobile game from 2014 whose titular character, the way it was sold is it was like faster than Sonic, jumpier than Mario. This 2-word eponymous title is reminiscent of Mark Brown's
All right, I know what it is.
character.
I know what it is. This is Tiny Wings, right?
No.
Ah!
Tiny Wings has music?
I thought I was so confident.
You've played Tiny Wings.
Yeah.
It's like... Oh, no, I'm thinking of Flappy Bird. Sorry. What's Tiny Wings?
Tiny Wings is the game where you are a bird catapulting itself up hills and trying to escape the sun.
Oh, yeah. Wait a second. Yeah, wait. We played this, like we played this after, like, AP American.
Probably.
It was not terrible.
Are you telling me the song is not from Tiny Wings?
No.
Damn.
Tiny Wings had like morning dawn. The dew is like it's.
I admit my memory is hazy about Tiny Wings.
Let's do just a real quick.
All right.
Super leisurely ambient.
Far lower energy.
Unless you're thinking of this version. No, okay, your next hint. Right, so the titular character. I also said like eponymous and titular. Did you think that the bird in Tiny Wings is named Tiny Wings? I guess it could be.
I thought the bird was like the person with the tiny wings.
This has to do with so you didn't let me finish my hint. It strongly reminiscent of Mark Brown's playable character, who makes use of a property of physics that repels and attracts, and also this titular character is a member of the military, or a rank holding officer, a highly ranked officer.
That's where I would have lost the Tiny Wings
who
thread.
makes use of the same gimmick as Mark Brown's playable character.
This is the longest hint on record.
Well, then just answer the question and we can move on to the next one.
I tried to. Well, is that technically my first hint? Because now I'm due another one.
The second I would have. So the first word has to do with repel and attract, thanks to a U-shaped metal object.
All right.
Or no, that's the second word. And then, but the first word is the rank that the titular character achieved in his decorated military career.
Okay.
So it's bop.
Man, I am being spoon-fed this hint. The second word is magnet. A rank before magnet.
It's an alliterative iOS game from 2014.
So I'm thinking it's like Major Magnet.
Correct! This is Major Magnet.
I have never heard Major Magnet ever uttered in my lifetime.
Launch trailer. It's just it's a Sonic clone from that came out before we graduated high school. This is where T. Lopes cut his teeth before he scored Sonic Mania.
Okay.
You can hear it now.
You assume I've listened to more T. Lopes music than I actually have.
Well, if you weren't so busy letting violence breed violence, maybe you'd have some taste.
Man, I can't believe your second song difficulty was Major Magnet.
All right. If your songs were bottom of the barrel, mine is underneath the barrel factory. Next song.
I think Tiny Wings was a very serviceable guess. I don't think it's Mass Effect, but it has a Mass Effect vibe to it. Yeah, we're in the club. Oh, yeah. Okay.
You've heard this before.
Maybe I've repressed the memory. Huh. I mean, it's pretty catchy. I like it. But what could it be? What is the likelihood I have heard of this game compared to Major Magnet?
No, you know what this one.
Okay.
This is a platformer you actually know.
Okay, it's a platformer. That's helpful. It could be a Sonic game. Heath has selected Sonic games in the past.
Well, that's only because I love T. Lopes more than I love my the idea of my firstborn.
Well, yeah, because you have to give that one up.
To Janus, yeah.
Right. You can't get too attached. This is, I'll just say, Sonic Mania.
Not a Sonic game.
Okay. That's fine.
This is a 2018 platform.
Platform?
Or a game.
Okay.
Platform game. It didn't win Game of the Year, right?
Was it named God of War? Or Red Dead Redemption 2?
It was Best Indie Game
for
2018.
Oh, I know what it is. This game is Celeste.
Wow. Yeah. You have that cataloged in your mind.
Yeah, I just flick on through to the 2018 folder.
It's the B-sides. The best songs are from the B-sides.
That's what the B stands for.
Best.
Yes.
Great. Very good. You have 5 points.
I have 5 points. Yep.
Coming in
I need
strong.
to S-rank these last two to even tie you.
You do. You kind of do.
Very industrial. Bing, bang, boom. Yeah. I'm kind of expecting lyrics to come in. Is that something? Oh.
Oh, so much teen angst, am I right, Chris?
Yeah.
This is like slam the door of your bedroom when your mom is asking you to take out the trash. Like, I'm not gonna.
Yeah, very Devil May Cry. Very Metal Gear Rising. I don't really know what this is from. Let's say... I feel like occasionally there are Sonic songs kind of like this, but I need to get Sonic off the brain. How about this is from... this is from God Hand.
Ooh. Oh, do you have God Hand on the brain because I showed you the Tim
Yeah,
Rogers?
I very much do.
What does God Hand sound like? Probably this.
I'm assuming just like that.
No, unfortunately, it's not God Hand. This is the first Sonic game I ever played.
No! Oh my god.
And so sorry to do it to you. No, this is the main theme that plays during like the opening cinematic, where you watch the titular character gun down so many black creatures.
In that case, I know exactly what this is. This song is from the game Shadow the Hedgehog.
Yeah, this is I Am All of Me by Crush 40.
Why did they give Shadow a gun?
No, this is like, have you seen the opening cinematic?
No.
Okay, yeah.
You've mentioned this game before.
Main cutscene. No, like, watch how much gun cocking he does. Now, this is gonna show it? Yeah, dude. Yeah. So edgy. You'll see me unironically be like, where is that damn fourth Chaos Emerald? Have you seen the tier list of like when a guy ranked all the dams in the game?
No.
Oh, yeah. Knuckles, those dams are weak. They're like, damn it, we're too late. And when Sonic will be like, damn it, we lost him. It's like, nah. When Shadow does it, it's like, yeah. What do you if you're a Sega exec, Chris, and you're watching this rated T for teen Sonic game, are you instantly greenlighting its sequel, or do you have to wait to see what suburban mom has to think about it? Yeah.
I can't even believe what I'm seeing.
All right. No, it was a highlight.
You're saying Shadow the Hedgehog really enunciates his dams.
Oh, okay, now we gotta do it. All right. Damn tier list. It's the first result. Damn it. That was a good one.
Damn, not here.
That's going to be way lower.
That's a death quote. No, it's still really good.
What?
No, the bar is good. That was no good. Yeah, okay, and then here's the grand. Okay, wait. This one's real smooth. Damn. And then here's the best one.
Where's that damn fourth Chaos Emerald?
And my 12-year-old ears go, oh no, I don't want to hear swears from Shadow. Yeah, but that's damnedest of the damn immediately. Yeah. You're up to 7 points.
Yeah.
You're crushing it.
Yeah, 7 points.
Here's the last one.
This sounds familiar. More so than any other song you've played for me so far. I've definitely heard this tune. Probably not going to get there in the first guess, though. What could this be? It's kind of taunting. Maybe like a carnival or something. Oh man, I feel like I'll be a little bit upset with myself once I find out what this is. Could this song be from? Huh. It sounds like it plays during a mini game or something like that. Is this from Mario Party?
Not Mario Party. Your first hint. On this track, it's just an oval. You make, and hence the repetitive nature of the song. You're just doing lap after lap. Most Mario Kart laps.
This is Baby Circuit.
Yes, it is. Baby Park.
Oh, sorry. Park.
Yeah.
So this is from Mario Kart Double Dash.
Correct.
Okay.
Most laps in Mario Kart are 3
laps and you're done. Races are done.
This one's 8.
Yeah, because it's so small.
Yeah.
Very cool. I ended with 9 points.
9 points. I win.
You win. Update the scoreboard.
Is it now 7-7?
Well, we've only done it 13 times, so that can't be right. Right?
Is this this is the 13th?
I thought this was volume 13.
Okay, then I'm up to 6 now. Yeah.
Cool. So I guess we haven't tied.
In overall game. Oh. No, maybe we did a tiebreaker then.
Could be. We'll have to ask the archivists of the show.
Oh, they're already busy enough trying to find all of our
rank all of our dams.
Yeah, on the tier list.
Very fun.
And we did it.
That's going to be a wrap for this episode.
Oh, sure.
Any closing thoughts for the listeners, Heath?
Get in on what just happened recently?
Like in the world or games?
Yes, in the world.
Are you trying to remember the Roe v. Wade thing?
What just happened? No.
Okay.
No. Oh, did you hear about Sony changing their trial policy?
No. This is what you were trying to remember. Sony's trial policy.
Games on PlayStation Plus, if they exceed $34 in price, you are allowed to play them for 2 hours before buying them.
Oh, they've adopted the Steam policy.
Yes.
But only for games that are somewhat pricey.
Full price games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
So if you play under 2 hours, you get to return it, no questions asked.
Right. And then the game devs were complaining like, oh, but I don't have enough content that's like half the game.
Really?
If for those complaining that the 2 hours is too long, and then to Sony's reply is like, well, then why are you charging full price for it? Should be less than $34 if you can beat like half the game in 2 hours. Or is this a bad idea to put a timer on experiences? It's good for the consumer no matter what.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't like to inherently assign virtue to a game's length, because that's how you end up with bloated experiences if you assume the longer the better. But yeah,
this is going to lead
like
to
how many games
more
are
tantalizing first 2 hours from Sony, from PlayStation Online
games,
specific exclusives.
Yeah, I have no problem with this. I had not heard about that. That's kind of a big deal. Very interesting.
And that was the news.
And that was the news. Bam.
So wait, what? Sorry, the prerequisite for that was, yeah, just let us know whether or not you think our recommendations were meritorious.
Oh yeah, tell us who we snubbed.
Oh yeah.
Tell us what your favorite YouTube video gaming channels are. Ones we may have overlooked. We'll highlight them on the show.
Are we gonna get all those like? I mean, I guess we snubbed Brian David Gilbert.
How active has he been lately?
He's not a ton.
I see. He doesn't need our plug.
No, he
probably.
doesn't, no.
All right, very good. That's going to be a wrap. I will see you later, Heath.
The email address is mobiustubes at gmail.com.
MobiusTubesPodcast@gmail.com is the address you should write to. And we'll catch you in the next episode.
Thanks for listening.
See ya.
Stay in school.